and she didn't want them to be read then, as she was saying the world was going to end and she was going to die, etc. I canceled going back to Connecticut for a week because of the red flags, and kept her under watch until we were to go to the medical appointment Thursday. I found out at 11:30 p.m. Wednesday night that she had already canceled that appointment in the week because she didn't want meds and no one could help. I then asked her to call one of the doctors in Gainesville, as we had already moved Christmas to coincide with Tyler's birthday because of the sickness, and we could visit a temple in Gainesville she wanted to go to, as we were heading there for Tyler's birthday dinner. I only remembered about the investigation of Medicaid fraud when they showed me the newspaper article you called The Current about. That was shown to me in March. It was the first time I learned that I was facing 1 to 2 years of jail time in Connecticut. I was allowed to openly fly to Florida, and I kept in contact with them over the phone. It was when I went silent because of my suicide attempt that they decided not to come and get me. I was described as psychotic on my arrival to jail by the head of mental health counseling, and I do not remember most of the hospital time, any of the police station visit, or the first 5 to 7 days here in jail. Yet somehow, I was competent enough to make a statement. My attorney made mincemeat of the prosecutor in our first pre-trial last week, and now they are going after suppression of the statement. We have been limited due to coronavirus. They have rescheduled pre-trial for December 10th, 2020, and trial for January, but my attorneys are going to move it up to October once they figure out how jury selection is going to work because of corona. The main quote-unquote motive the prosecution is using is financial, and I just give up. All BS. Meg took care of the finances, and all I know is they were good. We had credit card debt that was budgeted and planned to be paid off from January 2020 to June 2020, and we had 2 business loans that were to be paid off in the beginning of January and March. Other than that, we had the mortgage for the condo at Wells Fargo. I only know the username and password Meg handled. The house rental we were evicted from for not paying December and January. Office rental same as the house rental and payroll. To my understanding, all was paid through December. I didn't micromanage her, I trusted her, even when we had financial problems. I have family that would help, and I wasn't opposed to working harder. I have to do so to finish paying college as my father lost his job. I never whined about it then, I just worked harder and more. We had just invested money into rebuilding our website and marketing, and it was succeeding in less than a month. We had record avails, new scheduled, and new staff I hired as well. Canceled going back that first week, and the following week the same. I was giving my schedulers a heart attack. I was off the last of December for the holidays and felt secure, as our AE was over $250K. No worries from what I know. Different from anyone else. Obviously, what he is saying here cannot be true, not only because he had already told the FBI that he had spent more money than he was making and was living above his means, but because many of his employees came forward about having their checks from Tony bounce. Tony, as their boss, would have to have been made aware of this issue, in so much as his employees would be telling him directly that they weren't getting paid. The idea that they would go to Meg, who was living states away, is improbable.